Generally, at this time of the year, people are faced with one question: should I upgrade to Apple's latest phone? But this year, Apple's gone ahead and launched not one, but two phones. So even if your answer to the last question was yes, there's yet another question that you're faced with. Which iPhone to upgrade to? The 6 or the 6 Plus? Well, in this video, I'm going to try to help you make that decision. Let's take a look at all that's different between both phones, but before we get to that, if this is your first time here or if you're confused seeing an iPhone video here, it's still C4E Tech, I'm still Ash, and you're watching my comparison video of the iPhone 6 with the iPhone 6 Plus. Let's get started. First off, let's start with the most obvious difference: size. The iPhone 6 Plus is 20mm longer, almost 11mm wider, and ever so slightly thicker by 0.2mm. The 6 Plus is also over 40 grams heavier. Forget the numbers, the 6 Plus is a much bigger device, and that means single-handed usage is not going to be possible at all times. Anyway, the reason the 6 Plus is larger is because it sports a larger display. The 6 Plus sports a 5.5-inch display compared to the 4.7-inch display on the iPhone 6. The display on the 6 Plus is also sharper since it has a higher resolution of 1080 by 1920 compared to 750 by 1334 on the iPhone 6. If you are coming from an iPhone 5S, the iPhone 6 still has the same retina pixel density, 326 pixels per inch. So there's gonna be about the same amount of detail that you're used to. The 6 Plus would be sharper, 401 ppi, but you're not gonna really notice that unless you put both displays side by side. If I were to nitpick though, I'd say the iPhone 6 is a little better visible under direct sunlight, but then again the 6 Plus is definitely the better device when it comes to media consumption. Whether it's playing a game or watching a movie, the larger display on the 6 Plus makes its presence felt. Also keep in mind, the increased pixel density means there is more pixels for the GPU to push. Yes, both devices have the same chip underneath, but the GPU on the 6 Plus is working a little harder to push all those extra pixels. With the larger body, I kinda expected the speaker on the 6 Plus to be a little louder, but it's more or less similar to the speaker on the iPhone 6. If anything, I'd say the speaker on the iPhone 6 sounded a little bit louder, marginal. Moving on, a larger display is going to utilize more battery, and to compensate for that, Apple's included a higher capacity battery here on the 6 Plus, 2915 mAh compared to 1810 mAh on the iPhone 6. And this makes up for the increased display size. On a looping video playback tests, the 6 Plus lasted a good 20% longer than the iPhone 6. 11 hours compared to a very respectable 9 hours that translated to real day-to-day usage as well. With my moderate usage, the iPhone 6 gets me through a day quite comfortably. But with the 6 Plus, say if I forgot to plug it in, I could still get through the second day as well. But with light usage, meaning it would last me almost a day and a half with moderate usage. A little bit more than the iPhone 6. Another difference is with the cameras. The 6 Plus has optical image stabilization that the iPhone 6 lacks. OIS helps you in two scenarios. 1. Low light. Since OIS compensates for minor movements, it should theoretically allow for longer exposure times and help you get better images. But I didn't really notice that here. Scenario number 2. When you're shooting video, OIS enables the footage to remain pretty stable, but as you can see, the iPhone 6 has pretty good digital image stabilization. And yes, the 6 Plus is marginally better, but it's not something you're gonna base your decision on. So unless you were comparing both footages side by side, you're not really going to notice it. So next up, let's move on to the software. One of Apple's biggest strengths has been the lack of fragmentation on iOS, and that's an advantage that Apple's not ready to let go yet. So the software is pretty similar on both. Yes, the display is bigger on the 6 Plus, so there are a few extras here, but for the most part, they are consistent. They're pretty similar. So what are these extras? Number 1, some apps utilize a split view and give you more information. They show a lot more information on the 6 Plus, and as third-party developers start taking advantage of this, it would get more useful. Number 2, the home screen has a landscape mode as well on the 6 Plus. You could even use the 6 Plus upside down if you wanted to. Number 3, the keyboard in landscape mode has a few extra keys. And that's pretty much it. There are a few negatives with the 6 Plus right now in the form of scaling issues, but I'm not really gonna get into it since that part should be fixed in coming days as developers update current apps. The 6 Plus is a popular phone, and that means there's a ton of people using it and a lot more who'll be buying it in the future. So developers will update apps to display better. So just don't worry about that aspect at all. So now we get to Bendgate. Obviously, I had to get to that. So a lot of people would tell you the 6 Plus is more prone to bends. Hell, even I have a bend test on my channel. The reality here is that neither phone is going to bend with regular day-to-day usage. Say you accidentally apply a lot of pressure on it, exactly at the weak spots, you drop it and it falls on its corner, the metal will bend and it would cause your display to pop out. Here you're seeing it on the iPhone 6. I accidentally dropped it. I didn't do a drop test. It was an accident. I'm not blaming Apple here. What I'm saying is, do not use Bendgate as a reason to go with the 6 or just look past the 6 Plus, because it really doesn't make any difference. Both phones are equally vulnerable. So with that, we now get to the price, and the 6 Plus is the higher priced device here. And for the extra money that you pay, you do get all the extras that we've seen so far: a larger display, higher capacity battery, optical image stabilization, and so on. So does that make the 6 Plus the better phone? Not really. It's like comparing apples to, well, apples, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, the differences between these phones are quite negligible. It all boils down to the size. Is using a larger display important enough to you to have to almost lose the ability to use your phone single-handed? Here's my 2 cents. If you are coming from the iPhone 5s and are interested in the 6 Plus, I definitely recommend you to walk into a store if needed and pick both devices up, hold them in hand, try it out, see how it feels before you make a decision. On the other hand, if you are coming from the Android ecosystem and have experience with larger displays, then the 6 Plus should be the way to go. But that's just me though. What do you think? Do you agree with my conclusion here? Which way are you leaning towards, the 6 or the 6 Plus, and why? I'd love to hear what you have to say, so do let me know in the comments below. So with that, I guess we get to the end of this comparison video. Hope I helped you in making a decision today. If you feel I did, please do give this video a thumbs up, and for more videos like this, do stay subscribed. If you do have any feedback or any video requests for me, you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. The direct links to all my social networks can be found right below the like button in the description. And yes, I said like button, so yeah, give this video a thumbs up. So thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.